Developing this afternoon, the owner of Manolo's Bakery is speaking out about refusing to serve the former commander of U.S. Border Patrol. Manolo posted these images on social media. It allegedly shows former U.S. Border Patrol Commander Gregory Bovino on Manolo Bakery's property. Now, Biddenker says that he told Bovino he would not be allowed inside the business or on the grounds. Now, you may remember Bovino was in charge of Operation Charlotte's Web last fall, which aimed to deport people in the country illegally. Manolo's Bakery became an unofficial hub for protesters, calling the operation racially motivated. Since then, Biddenker has remained an outspoken advocate for Charlotte's immigrant communities, and WBTV has a reporter at Manolo's right now as we learn more about what happened here. We've also just gotten a response from Bovino about this incident. Find out more about what he said coming up on WBTV News First at 4.